Jangle, jangle, jangle.
You have now entered the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 50. Welcome. How you feeling about this episode?
5-0, baby. I'm hyped, man. You know, it's a good number. It's a really good number. Not many episodes. Not many podcasts, not many channels, or all that kind of stuff make it that far. And I'm pretty hyped about it.
Yeah, it's a big deal because as we started approaching 50, and I think our first episode was obviously in December of last year. That means we did obviously 50 episodes in under 52 weeks, under 50 weeks, which is pretty dope. Because I think episode number 2 we were doing live, and I was in New York at the time visiting my family for Christmas. So that means episode 1 was probably December 20-something in the teens. So we're about a month ahead of schedule, 4 weeks ahead of schedule as far as doing 50 episodes. It's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, that just goes to show something that we talk about often on here, and we'll just keep talking about it because I'm hype, and it's just consistency.
Yeah, and consistency is key. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, so it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling what we started, like before the fact when it was utility players, and now what we have now with Enter the Lab, and it's still only the beginning too. Exactly. It's still only the beginning.
Yep. We started off, I think we started with Instagram. After the utility players, I think we had, just about 700 followers on Instagram. Now we're about to get 1,000. YouTube has gone up. We appreciate everybody that subscribes, that listens and likes and engages and comments on our episodes. YouTube has really taken off, and that's where we've tried to focus over the last 6 months. I think we went from 27 or 31 subscribers about a year ago to now 125, which is kind of dope. Obviously, we want more people to subscribe to us because it only just, the algorithm and all that, and we want more people to view us and then, grow the podcast because it helps us grow, and, long term, maybe for money, but for short term right now, we're just doing it for content, to engage, to keep us in tune with what's going on and keep the creative juices going. Episode 50.
Plus, though, the more people that are in tune to us, the more content we can make for y'all, because it's more opinions that are sent our way, more content that's sent our way, and we can just build off of whatever y'all have for us and shit like that. It's not like, we do it for us too, to sit here and talk shit between each other, but at the end of the day, we do it for y'all too. So, holla at us.
Absolutely. So we appreciate everybody that's, whether you've listened to us one time or this is your first time, or if you listen to us all 50 episodes, we appreciate you guys equally. Just continue to engage and have us create more, because this is something we look forward to every single Monday night, and when we put it out every Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. So without, wasting too much time, I'll let you take control of what we've been talking about as far as doing that giveaway with a hat. We've had that hat made for 2 going on 3 months now. Want to do something special and do the first hat giveaway, because like we mentioned in our post, there's only 1, 2, 3, now 4, right?
It's 4.
Yeah.
We
ever
got
created.
One. Phil got one, and there's 4.
Yeah. So this is dope. This is kind of like an honorary giveaway, and then obviously after this, either we do more giveaways, or we have a couple connections that we could create some gear and some merchandise and stuff like that, where you could support us. We're not going to jack up prices. We're not going to put anything too high. If anything, the money goes back into the podcast. So we would use that money that we profit to, buy a couple things that we probably should upgrade to. One of the things that I was thinking, 720 on YouTube as far as the HD. We could upgrade for 1080p or whatever it is. If it's a few bucks a month, obviously we've been laying low. That's just a small example for people that don't know podcasting and all that. There's little technical things that you could upgrade that cost dollars. These platforms make money that way. So roll out
Ray needs a new laptop. Like, come on.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to be like FTX and start buying homes in the Bahamas.
Shit.
Yeah.
No. We ain't scamming. We ain't scamming nobody.
I wouldn't do that yet. But hey, if a couple million roll in, I might have to, do a little shady shit. But do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway, the hat giveaway with and roll it out for us. I'll let you take control of that.
Yeah. So I mean, I made the post. I was at the gym, and I try to keep it very, very simple for people. But somehow, some way, people still didn't follow directions. And after a long conversation with my co-host here, we fucking just agreed to still be nice about it and just add everyone that liked it, commented, and then if you did post it on your story, I did add an extra spot for you. Rules were simple. It was like, comment, subscribe to YouTube, and then if you wanted an extra entry, add it onto your story, which I went ahead and did it. It was about like 80, I think like 81 total entries. So let me go ahead and share the screen. Everyone's on it. Bear with me here. All names are on here. So without further ado, it's about gonna be like 10 seconds till it names the person because it's not letting me scroll up anymore, so I can't change it.
That's a big ass wheel of fortune right there.
That's a big ass wheel, bro. That's what I'm saying.
If you're only listening and not watching, maybe stop it and go to YouTube if you're in the contest, just so you could be a part of it live. It's pretty. It's a massive list, and we did it fair. I thought we were gonna. I thought Fort was gonna manipulate the selection and kind of do it underhand. This is live and letting everybody know. Have you spun this before as a test, or this is the first time you actually will?
I did spin it before twice.
Oh, okay.
Test, yeah, I did spin it earlier. Yeah,
so, which I get. Well, I get that you got to at least spin it once to see, how it looks.
Yeah, you gotta try it. So let's get it rolling. 3, 2, 1. And we're about to spin it. Oh shit!
Who is it? Oh fuck! Damn, it's nerve wracking. Oh, it would be this guy.
That boy Berto. That boy Berto.
Does he have a couple entries? How many entries he got?
He got 2 entries.
There you go. Double the odds.
2 entries. Yep.
Berto.
It worked out. That's his IG entry. Berto, DM us. You don't even got to because I'll be down in South Florida soon, so I will personally give you the hat.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
We'll take a picture and all.
Yeah,
we'll do it like a draft pick.
Yeah. First round. Boy, our first round draft pick.
That's awesome. That's funny because I was hoping it would be somebody that, that we mess with, but also there are a couple people out there that I definitely wanted to reward for their longevity, low key. They're not, some people we don't even know that listen. We never met formally, but they listen to many episodes and they've engaged with us. So this is making me want to do another giveaway. So maybe we do that. How about this? Never brought it to your attention. How about we make a couple jerseys up and the first jersey?
Ooh.
First jersey. Yeah, definitely do that. We'll do a nice giveaway. We'll do it right. We'll do it the similar way. Maybe we'll think of something more creative with the jerseys. They'll have Enter the Lab, the logo. Maybe we even, how about this? As a step forward, we do the winner and then we have the name of your choosing on the jersey as a customized. That'd be dope with your number. Yeah, we're doing that for sure. Because I know I need a jersey. You need a jersey. I know I'll do a couple jersey makes, from Chris Day that did my my wedding jerseys for Bray Day. That would be dope. That'd be cool. All right, shout out Berto.
Shout out Berto, man. That's what's up. He did post it on his stories, so just goes to show. It's a nice ass hat too. It's a nice snapback. I already went on a rant earlier last time, a few episodes about it.
You did. You went on like a 2-3 minute rant about it. I was like, yes, they're talking about the hat right now. That was at the end of the episode, so most people probably didn't listen to it. But let me write this text to somebody real quick. All right. By the way, let's take a toast. You got tequila?
Yeah, of course.
Is that the Buc-ee's? Nah,
yeah,
this is
the one you got me.
This is my mom. My mom got me Raymond's bar. You can't see it; it's faded. But
yeah.
Hey, to you, my brother, and to the lab,
to you, to 50, 50 more,
50, and we'll throw Berto in there. Why not?
Yeah, shout out Berto. Let's go.
Cheers, brother.
I just texted him in the group chat. He's in one of the group chats with me and my cousins and shit. And I sent him a picture. I was like, my dog won the hat. He's like, did I really? I was like, yeah. And he sends me, let's fucking go.
Did you get a screen grab of that? Are you able to get a screen grab?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, get a screen grab of that when you can. Just so we could, I could either put it in a post or a story or something like that. Yeah, that'd be dope. Really cool. Yeah. So
he goes, people gonna say it's rigged like the election.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Hey, maybe we get next week a quick appearance by Berto rocking the cap to make sure we're not just making up people.
Oh, yeah,
like LECAP James.
LECAP. Greg.
All right, so we covered episode 50. We did our ETL giveaway for a hat, a jersey coming up soon, or a hoodie. We could do something, we could do whatever. We could do shorts, we could do hoodies. Now that we have a couple plugs in the connection, we could have some fun things. But yeah, Thanksgiving, obviously we're recording this Monday night. We're putting it out Tuesday. Most of y'all will be listening Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody has a safe, fun, happy Thanksgiving. What do you got planned for, this week, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, for the weekend?
I fucking love Thanksgiving, bro. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Mine too.
Like, for real, like the 3 Fs, family, food, and football. Like, probably in that order. And it's just great because, like, I'm a big family guy, man. Like, I love being with my family. I love seeing people that, I either see often or don't get to see often. And it's always some shit with my family, man. Like, when a bunch of Spanish people, a bunch of Cubans get around and all together, it's chaos, and it's something's always bound to happen, and I just enjoy it, man. It's always love, and I love messing with like the old heads of my family with politics and just walking away and just trolling them and just going to watch football and eating the whole day, bro. Like, it's really nothing better. And sometimes, like, my birthday's on Thanksgiving too, so it's a double whammy, and it doesn't get any better than that. It's always love, and I'm a sucker for that shit, to be honest.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, just the weather change. Prior to Florida, living in New York, it was the weather change. I love the fall weather going into the holidays, spending time with people, eating great food. I like Thanksgiving more than I like Christmas, only because it's Christmas has built up to so much bullshit. So much about giving and all that, the money involved and gifts. But like Thanksgiving, I feel like it is pure. It's the most purest holiday of them all. You're breaking bread with people that you want to be around. Maybe you got some family members you have to be around just for the occasion.
Right.
We all been there, but overall, it's just watching football, having fun, having a couple drinks early in the day, starting eating early. It's an all day thing. People, you could take a nap at 4 or 5 o'clock, wake up, continue that, and then most likely, depending on the job you have, but 80% of the people have off the next day, and that's another day to relax. And you got the weekend after that. It's literally whoever made that up, that it's on a Thursday, fucking genius. Make it on a Thursday. You eat. You got nothing on Friday unless you work like a city or government or something like that, retail job. But you get to chill on Friday too, and then boom, weekend. It's like it's the best It's the best week or the best holiday of all of them. So I agree with you on that.
Man, people are gonna be like, "Oh, they don't appreciate Indians or cultural appropriation
Hey.
or Christopher Columbus." Blah blah blah. Man, fuck out of here! Like, we didn't do it.
Christopher Columbus is a fraud. I will give you that. I don't. I could double up on that. We've said that a few times on this podcast where we need to celebrate Chris. Don't cancel him. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Don't cancel Christopher Columbus. Let's not pretend that all that history didn't happen, because it did. We should, in a way, not celebrate it, but understand it and talk it out. But the level of celebration he's gotten in this country obviously is very high prior to a decade ago, which we should just lower the celebration and then find something else to celebrate in that, which is Native Americans. We kind of put them as like a secondary, third, Pilgrims, Christopher Columbus, and we should almost move the power rankings of Thanksgiving a little bit. Power rankings should go to the Native Americans a little bit more, move the Pilgrims down, move Christopher Columbus down a little bit, and celebrate what it's really about, not what we teach our kindergarten kids, like all the good parts. We should actually understand the history. But anything, obviously your birthday is on what day is it of the week? So we're 21st now. So it's on Sunday the 27th. Nice. You're gonna be down here. I'm gonna be doing nothing after Thursday.
And I got
available.
PTO on Monday too.
Ooh.
So I don't have to drive back on my birthday hungover.
Damn.
So
no, that's awesome.
You have my mom's birthday's on Saturday, so shout out
of the 26th.
Yep.
Shout out,
and
mom's.
my parents' wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
So
look at that.
Weekend.
That's
big
there.
Weekend.
You go.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Can't wait to see you. Even though I've seen you more over the last 3 months than I did in the previous 6 months to that.
For real, yeah.
It's always a good time. So if you can make a little time for me and the lab, I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. Let's get it. So, boom, boom, boom. See what we covered so far. 50, Thanksgiving, all that. Black Friday, I'm going to try. Maybe I'll buy a TV. Not for the lab. I got 1 TV, 2, 3. My third TV is my small TV. It's a 32-inch. It's been with me since 2008. I've had a Vizio since 2008. That's an accomplishment. It's
I feel
rustic.
like that's when they first dropped.
Hell yeah, for real.
It's an antique.
It's working great. So I have to plug in Chromecast and Fire Stick to it. It doesn't have any real capabilities with that, but I think I need a TV for the outside. And I think if I get a TV for the outside, anybody that's been to my crib, I want to put it on the wall on the house and put like a nice little, so I could put it inside, when I'm not using it, and then screen
like
it. Yeah.
Arm
I want to do that above outside, so I could always have a TV outside. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to treat myself this year. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of years, so maybe I'll buy like a nice 48-inch for outside. But I don't really have any plans to buy anything.
Nah, Black Friday has gotten like overrated, and I don't even know if overrated is the right word. It's just like saturated now with like there used to be like fun to it, to like going out to like the stores and lining up at like Best Buy or wherever you wanted to go to participate in it. But now like I feel like Black Friday is just like a whole weekend, a whole week type shit now. Like they start Black Friday like
they do.
Like tomorrow, you're already seeing like
not even
Black Friday sales. So,
bro, I was at Macy's. I was at Macy's last week buying some things for last week, and I went in there on Monday. No signs, no Black Friday, no sales. Went there the next day, Tuesday. Everything was 25% off. So what I bought on Monday and Sunday. Immediately, so they were. It's a monthly thing now. It's not like a 1 day thing. It used to be 1 day. Then it would be like 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Then it became a weekend. Now it's all November long, basically, or half of November. Right.
Yeah, they would do it like as soon as like Thanksgiving ended. It's like, yo, chill, like let it simmer a little bit, like relax. Let people digest their food before you start shoving all these sales down their throat.
I think they realized that having it 1 day was great for people to get out there, but if they keep it more than one day, more than 1 week, they're going to make more money too.
Oh, of course.
Because there
Always
are
gonna be
people
about
that,
bread.
you know, sometimes the checks don't clear. You know, sometimes the checks don't clear to come in. Oh, all right. Let me get ready.
Live in the lab.
Live in the lab.
Live in the lab,
But
baby.
sometimes those checks don't clear that you need to make sure, you know, hey, you don't got the means to it. You got to make sure that things are coming in. So let me check what topics we got. I don't know. I see somebody peeping in real quick. Oh fuck!
They're trying to get in, bro.
We got a guess.
You got
We
that
got
little
a-
thing that they put at the hotel doors.
We got a guess. Let's see who it is. Knock, knock at the door. Enter the lab. My man.
Hey,
What's going on, boys?
my guy.
Peter. Big
How we
Pete.
doing?
The Big
What's
Show,
going
I
on?
call him. I think I got you. I think I got you in my phone as the Big Show Pete.
Hey, man, call me what you want. Don't call the cops. That's what I say.
Ah, I love it, man. So Pete, he's in the Pompano Players softball team. He wanted to hop in the lab real quick, talk about what he has going on in the season. It's almost like the softball, and I don't mean any disrespect by this. This is like the softball Savannah Bananas. Y'all are putting full productions out there.
Hey, man, we're trying. And first off, thank you so much for having me on here. Big fan of Enter the Lab. Big fan of Elvis. Big fan of Ford. You guys are awesome. And really appreciate you giving us some time. Giving us some shout outs on some previous shows. Really helping get in the exposure out there in the community. And we're definitely having a lot of fun out there. So I'm glad you guys have been liking what you've been seeing.
Got for it.
Absolutely. No, I think I went to one or two of y'all's games because Trav, I gotta show support for Trav. I like the Dolphins hoodie, by the way. Stress-free football this weekend, just chilling. So that's good.
Best night.
But I mean, yeah, exactly. Hey, I mean, I'm kind of excited to see what y'all got going on because I've been following y'all a little bit and I love what y'all be doing. Like, there's not many like teams or even like people that play softball that put in the time and effort to promote their craft and shit. And like softball, just because it's softball and slow pitch and whatnot, that shit's still hard. So,
and you got to have fun with it. Why not be entertaining and have fun with everything you're passionate about? That's what we believe in.
That's right. And, it's so funny because just everything, how this even started, it started off with just a couple of the boys drinking beers on the couch. We're all pretty much ex-football players and kind of too old to be playing flag with the injuries and whatnot. So what are we going to do? We're going to start playing softball. So, all right, well, what are we going to go with the team name? And, just knowing the group, Bort mentioned Trav and a couple of the other guys, what should we call the team? What should we call the team? What do all of us got in common? And gang's got a pretty rough reputation with the women in Broward County, so they decided to call us players, We can't date them, you guys are players. So, you know what? We are the players, and we're having a lot of fun out there. We won the championship this past season. Got our trophy hung up in Twin Peaks, Cypress Creek, which is awesome. They showed us a lot of love and support.
Great spot. Fort loves that spot.
That's one of my favorite spots.
Me too. Hey, nothing better than after a big game going over there and checking out the team. But had a lot of fun. The trophy being in there. I mean, it's getting pretty popular to the point where we were out the other night and we were at some other bar and one of the bartenders like, oh my God, are you the softball team that's on the wall at Twin Peaks? So we'll take our 15 minutes of fame, but nevertheless, having a lot of fun. Clearing the benches when we have to out on the field. We got teams that want to step up, but it's all good. We love that action, competition. Yeah, exactly, man. So it's a lot of fun, and you guys gave us a lot of support. But the Instagram, if you guys haven't followed, it's the Pompano Players, and if you need a good laugh on a Monday or whatever you're doing, we like to have fun and have a great time. So.
Yeah, I love it. I'm on the page right now. Obviously, you guys go live on YouTube. You got 63 subscribers. Damn, you're halfway, towards us right now. We got to step up our game or follow what you guys are doing. That's awesome. I love the little video, the preview video you guys did before the season. Excellent production. and then also the Instagram bios every single week. I look forward to those. Anybody you want to shout out that has hands in that production and editing?
Absolutely. So it's a combined effort on the Instagram. Big Nay, he's doing all the video editing. I mean, the guy, you would think it was a professional sports team with the editing that he's coming out with. And then as far as writing those bios, thanks, man. We appreciate it. And with writing the bios, I mean, it's a combined effort. We're all pretty funny guys, so we just try to make fun of each other and kind of you know, bring some fun to the table. And it's all for fun, man. So it's a good time.
That's what we talk about. Everything's for fun, and why we do a podcast and why me and Fort, we take it so seriously in a way, but we also joke around with it where we take it serious. Every time we do a podcast, we're not doing it just because we feel like we have to do it. We want to do it, and then we make it our own. And that's why I mess with you guys, because you guys are doing softball, which I've been a part of. We've actually played each other as you know, a couple teams prior, and I got to know you because of softball, but you're having fun with it, and that's what makes the memories and all of it, and you're just documenting it, which is awesome, and I appreciate that. You got the gear, you got the hat. I'm gonna have to. You guys gotta. I'm gonna have to get a hat. Hopefully, you get that for sale.
Need, man. We'll
get. Have to get that special Enter the Lab jersey.
Yeah,
we could do it. We could do a. We could trade. We could trade jerseys.
We could do a jersey swap.
Right. I'm with it. I love it, man. I love it. Just whatever we can do. I'll get you guys them for, you know, obviously no cost. You guys have been nothing but supportive since day one, like Ray said. So anything we could do, you just got to decide. You know, we're like the Oregon Ducks of Dense Beer League softball. We got like 12 different uniform combinations. So you got to see which ones open up the eyes a little bit best and which one matches your style.
How's this season going so far overall?
She's going great. We're 5-2. Obviously, it being a rec softball league, we don't always have the arsenal that we want, but come playoff time, you know, full throttle. We joined the Mills Pond League. I had, you know, people see Instagram, people see the jerseys. You know, if you haven't seen the jerseys, best way I like to explain it's like if the New York Yankees and the LA Lakers had a kid, that's the jersey.
Absolutely.
So,
that's a great way to explain it.
Yeah, so it's very loud, but you know, you get these other guys, you know, some of these guys take this softball thing like, you know, it's a mortgage on a home or something. So they were talking smack at Mills Pond. So we decided to go down south after winning Trade Winds Park and kind of give them a taste of what the purple and gold's got to have. And we just beat them, two-time reigning champs, 18-6. The softballers, we had a bet on the game that the winning team would get a couple comp bottles from them by the losing team. Still waiting to collect on that debt, but looking forward to popping some bottles on them for sure.
I love that. Go ahead, Fort.
Oh yeah. No, man, I'm just excited to see you guys do something different with it, because the IG definitely adds an extra element to it, and just like having social media, and now how you were saying with it, how you guys have people noticing who you guys are and shit, is just, you know, kind of like a folklore type shit. So that's awesome. You guys do it outside of the field, on the field. So man, that's great to see, because some people, like you said, they just take it too serious. It's like, bro, we're just out here to have fun. Some of us are already a few beers deep in. Like, just relax. It's not the World Series.
Some people, you'd swear to God, you know?
Yeah, right. And we've been a part of it. I mean, Fort, that's how I met Fort the first time we ever met. Fort was playing, what were you playing? First base with a like a sprained MCL or something?
Yeah, I had a fucked up ass knee. Yeah, my knee was cooked. Yeah.
So I met Fort that way. I met you this way. So it's awesome that we were able to create relationships through that.
Yeah, man, and it's a lifetime bond. You guys are awesome, man. You guys, like I said, been supporters since day one. Been on the diamond with you guys, and
hell yeah,
it's even, you know, it's fun on the field, but you know how the Pompano players roll. It's even better off the field. So it's that true Pompano player.
Absolutely,
we all love. So,
hell yeah. Before you go, let us know what days you guys, what nights you guys play, when you're on YouTube, again, the social media, and then obviously we'll post this week, you know, your page and this interview, parts of this interview on there. So go ahead, plug everything you need to do.
we'll take care of it on the back end. And it's the Instagram's at Pompano Players. We're playing Thursday. Games range anytime between 45 to 9:45, 7:45, 8:45, 9:45. One of the three options. Just come in, check us out on YouTube, subscribe. Leave some funny comments. Roast some people out there, and watch a whole bunch of drunk idiots hit some softballs. It's a good time.
Hell yeah. Maybe I got to get out there because obviously I live in Pompano Beach myself, so I'll definitely make it a point to get out there, and hopefully myself or combination of me and Fort and you and a couple of guys meet up, maybe Twin Peaks this weekend. We'll be down here, so I have your phone number, so I'll hit you up again and make sure you have my number, and then we'll link up. We'll have some fun. We'll have some beers and do another collab.
I appreciate your guys' time and always showing love. And let me know when you're getting out on the diamond, Ray. I want to see those blue.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you, Pistol Pete. Big show. Pompano Players. Enter the lab, exit the lab. Peace, brother.
All right, brother. See ya.
See ya.
Nice.
Mans came out of nowhere. That was cool. I love that. I love it. Unexpected visit in the lab.
I love it.
Yeah.
Some people be knocking. That's what we want to bring you. I'm glad episode 50, we were able to give you something different, somebody to come on, obviously a local to us. We live in South Florida, or Fort used to live in South Florida, but we want to constantly give people love that are putting social media content out there. And the fact that they're able to do the softball and the social media, do their mixtape, that's what I'm going to post. Probably post it tomorrow or something if I could fit it in. Dude, their mixtape is fire. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think I have.
Dude, I'm going to send it to you now. I'll send it to you now and you watch it when it's done because, man, the production value is quality. And apologize if we're not going to be able to listen back until tomorrow or whatever, but on YouTube, on audio, if it didn't come out as crisp, hopefully you could get everything on my end. I could hear at least 85, 90% of everything. I don't know how it came out on your end.
I heard most of it, yeah.
Exactly. So that's all that matters. Pompano Players, softball champions.
Yeah, just look at the Instagram.
There you go.
You'll see some
That's all you need to do. Yeah, no, dude, if we got time, if we can make time on a Saturday or Sunday, go grab a beer, good content. I like the jersey swap idea. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I got to do that.
That'll be really fun. That'll be so wild. I'll find the mixtape. Actually, I found it now. I'll send it to you now. I'll upload that shit tomorrow because that shit is crazy. The production value that we might have to hit up their producers and editors because they're crushing our stuff. Jerseys are on point. Yeah, I just sent you the video. Like I said, wait for after. Their video production, it's good. It's quality stuff, and then their graphics. So I might have to hit them up to, invest in. That's why I said, hey, the gear. We might have to sell some more gear to invest in more, content graphics and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Hundo P.
This is 50. Let's get into some topics. We're 35 minutes in. It's been a great episode so far. I love it. We're celebrating. We're having fun. We're loose. Let's see. I know something we should get into right away. Let's do it. Cue up the video. Jalen Ramsey calling out LECAP James, LaFraud. Let's do it. Let's get that out the way because that's something we've talked about for a few episodes.
He played himself into this, and I have a feeling he did it on purpose because he's seen the
knowing him, right? Knowing him, it was calculated.
He has to make everything about himself.
All right, let's make sure it's clear.
See it good? Should have audio.
I think Coach McVay been looking at my playbook on Madden. Because I play the Don coverage and I put him on the inside. Yeah. I put him on a blitz, but then I hit the switch where I could just put on just a QB spy, and I just roam him all over the field.
So you been saw this, Bron.
I've been saw this.
You know what they say on Twitter?
I put him on the QB spy.
Now, Bron, you know what they saying on Twitter right now? They say you be capping.
Cut it just in case.
Don't worry about that, man. You the king, man. Okay.
just in case it runs too long. You know, they might cut it off only because the shop got to deal with HBO. So if they cut us off prior to that, it's the clip of Jalen Ramsey calling out LeBron James of he just be doing the most sometimes. You know, he just can't
About
let people
everything.
live.
I don't know why he does that, dude. Like, everyone already knows who you are. Everyone knows what you've done. Like, bro, like, this man be at his son's games, like, making everything about him. Like, bro, let your son get some shine. Like, it's just
You
this
already
man's
know
so
when you
full
go
of
to your
himself,
son's
bro.
game, it's going to be about you. You don't have to go up. Like I said, would I be excited to give my son a high five and all that? Yeah. But if I know that if I do it, it's going to be me in the video and not my son, you got to be aware of that. That's just my opinion. We could be dead ass wrong, but like your son's going to get enough. Both of the sons going to get enough pressure. You're just giving it more by being in it all the time. But that's a side note. This man be capping. LaFraud, LeCap. We like to have fun with it. Obviously, on the court, we both respect dude. We know his legacy. We know he's, if not 1, 2, if not 3, whatever it is of all time to ever touch a basketball. Let's be honest about that. But, you know, we having fun on this podcast, which we always talk shit. And I'm glad somebody was able to look at LeBron in the face, in the ocular cavity, and be like, yo, dog, you know you be lying a lot, right? Like, he is, Jalen Ramsey's the first person to ever say that to LeBron's face. And I love that because it just makes it like everybody knows it. Everybody thinks it. Just nobody says it to him.
I don't understand why more people haven't been calling him out. Like, it'd be so easy to
now
call him
people
out,
will.
especially when he be freaking doing post-game interviews and he has like a book and shit with him. Come on, man. We know you don't be reading, bro.
He's
like,
always on the first or second page, dog. He's always look at the pictures of him reading a book. I think Mo sent it to me. He's always on the first or second page of every book he's on.
When they asked him about the Malcolm X book, I think it was like during Black History Month or something, he said nothing about the book. He's like, you know, he's just a very smart man. Like, we all know what he meant to our culture. And, you know, just getting to get a firsthand perspective is just really different. Like, bro, just say you didn't read it, dog. Like,
Simple.
no one's going to look at you any different. People are going to look at you different when we all know you be lying. And the memes have been hilarious. Like, the memes have been hilarious. Like, there was one saying that Sonia Curry was debating if she was going to get an abortion or not. And LeBron's like, I was in the hospital. I told her not to do it because her son was going to be the best shooter to ever play the game. So, like, yeah, it's just been great, man. And Twitter always does its thing. But, Bron, just chill, dog. Just chill.
Yeah, relax, bro. It ain't that serious. Yeah, no, that was great. We had to show that. We've been talking about it for so long. Just to
On
stay
his
on
own show too, which is the
on his own show, right?
On his own show.
Damn. Jalen Ramsey. I'm like forever. Oh, James Conner touchdown. Let's go. I'm forever a fan of him just because of that. Because you got to know, like, as a guest on a show, you'd be like, I don't want to do this to him. Da da da. You could tell they were just having real, like, when it's real talk and you're just messing around, like that's what the shop is supposed to be, right? At a barbershop, you're supposed to crack people. Even if you're the owner, even if you're the best barber or you're a celebrity, you should be able to crack on whoever shows up that day. And I love that Jalen Ramsey, was able to do that. Staying in basketball, we got a lot of topics we're gonna funnel through to end this episode. Great episode. We're 40 minutes in, man. We already talked about. We did a giveaway. Celebrated 50. We had a last minute guest. Quality shit right here. Kyrie back. Kyrie back. Simmons looking better. I had to mention the Nets, right?
Hey,
is that wrong?
What's going on with Jaylen Brown? He tweeted some shit about energy with who was outside.
Nah, you don't believe him? You don't believe him though? What he said after?
Believe who? Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, what he said after today. He
said he didn't know. He thought he didn't know. Like,
and I believe him though. When I seen the tweet live, like within the hour or two he made it, I was like, that's interesting. But then he came out and said, Because nobody, I mean, it's a 45-second video. Nobody's watching the whole thing. They just look at it real quick. He thought it was a certain group of people when it wasn't. But it's crazy that we make these athletes like get on their hands and knees and beg the public for forgiveness. Like, y'all can't make a mistake of retweeting something or quote tweeting something. You know what I mean? He said that he thought it was like a college group of whatever Sigma, and because they wear the same colors and everything, which makes sense. You know, he didn't make that up. He didn't like, all right, what can I say to make this go away? He could have, and that's he has a great attorney if he did, but why are we making these athletes apologize so much for either making a mistake or not making a mistake or just doing whatever? It's like we make these athletes beg for our forgiveness. Meanwhile, it's like, okay, dude, we really don't care, you know, because I don't.
Yeah, I don't really care either. And at the end of the day, we also have to realize that, and I'm not saying that, saying this as a knock on athletes. Like, most of these athletes don't have that high level of an education as
Jaylen
other
Brown is
people would
educated,
have.
though. I will say that
Well,
he is
yeah.
not that he's educated, like he might have graduated ahead of his class, even though he got drafted after 1 year. But I think he was to go to. I think he didn't go to UCLA. Where'd he go? What's that? Aaron Rodgers College that you have to be smart.
UCLA. He went. Rodgers
No, the
went to
other one.
UCLA. Berkeley.
That's the one. He went to Berkeley, and that you have, like, even if you're an athlete, you have to be smart. So Jaylen Brown is a smart individual. I will say that. You can look it up. I'm pretty sure. You know me in colleges.
Yeah, Cal Golden Bears. Yeah.
You right. I bet. I didn't even have to look that up today. No, I just know that because I love to study where people went to college because you kind of get to know them a little bit. But he's a smart individual.
Yeah, but
he knows.
We shouldn't hold athletes to this high. Like,
no,
we
shouldn't.
LeBron. Like, LeBron didn't go to college, so we shouldn't hold him to a high standard. But it's funny because he wants to act like he is, and
he does.
That's why we do what we do.
My man saying Sean McVay took his defensive scheme from him. Like, yo, why you saying the most? You saying the most?
Don't know.
Right now.
LeBron probably don't even know what a cover 2 is or Tampa 2 or
Well,
whatever,
no, he probably does because he has to back up his lies. But wait, let me get back to my original point real quick. Kyrie back. He played well. The Nets are building. Ben Simmons, shout out. You know, because we talk a lot of bad about these people. We got to follow
real
up
is
on
back.
the good. So the Nets, I think, are looking good. They play Nets-Philly play Tuesday tomorrow, which is, if you're listening to this, when released, it'll be tonight. No Embiid, no Tyrese Maxey, no James Harden. Trap game. Nets will lose by 10.
Nah, stop.
That's a game, bro. Anytime you go into a game and you go unequivocally, this team should win, it's a trap game.
Is it in Philly or in Brooklyn?
In Philly. So Ben Simmons getting the treatment, which helps but it also helps that those three aren't going to be available. So they got their weakest lineup. But like I said, the Nets, historically, since KD have been on the team and playing, we do not play teams that we're obviously supposed to beat well. But I just want to give a shout out. No big three versus the Nets. Kyrie's back. Let's put it behind us. Simmons playing better. Got 22 points the other night. How do you feel about Dwight Howard dominating Taiwan?
He took 10 threes.
My man's doing step back threes, dog. How many did he hit out of 10?
2.
I bet. That's probably more than he had in his career prior to like 5 years ago.
I don't know how he's not on the NBA roster. Like,
the Nets were over favored to sign him. We need it. We need somebody like him.
I mean, that's just disrespectful at some point. Like, I mean, you can always use a big man that grabs rebounds, that's physical, that is going to get in someone's face and help out your point guard or your shooting guard if they get in a scuffle. And I don't know. It's just, why does he have to go to Taiwan to get paid? I know he's got like 16 kids to feed, so that's why he's over there. But just get the guy back in the States, bro. He shouldn't be in Taiwan. I've always been I guess, a Dwight Howard supporter. I wouldn't mind him on Miami shit. We need all the help we can get, but him and Haslam don't get along supposedly.
Yeah,
I think we're secretly tanking.
You think?
I think we're secretly tanking. Jimmy Butler's not playing. Bam's not playing. Tyler Hero's not playing. Duncan Robinson supposedly cut his hand on his jersey. And now yeah, exactly. And now they made him available for trade talks. Like, we're 7-8, 7-9 right now. Like, out of playoff contention. We didn't do anything to get better in the offseason. So, hey. Fuck it. I'm not expecting much of this season anyways. We were one shot away from the finals last year. And now we're just like, whatever. We're still in games. Like, we're only down 3 to Minnesota right now. I just checked. We were 9.5-point dogs. But it's not looking good for us.
It's early, bro. So as I look at it right now, let's be realistic, because that's all you could be. Miami 7-10, 11 seed in the East. Brooklyn 8-9, 9 seed. Chicago 6-10, 12 seed. So that's out of like low ball achieving. Philly, a lot of injuries, 8-8. Toronto 9-8, and then you got everybody else. Obviously, Cleveland overachieving. I think that levels out a little bit, but I think they're legit like a 4 or 5 seed at worst 6. Boston, Milwaukee will be up there in the top 2. Pacers are 10-6. They're not a 10-6 team. That's going to even out. Like, that's not going to be withhold. Like, so that team comes down another 2. Atlanta is iffy. They're new. They're figuring out, but they're legit. Washington 10-7. They're not going to stay up there in the 5th seed. Like, they come down. So that's 2 teams that are overachieving early. That's not going to be there. So the East is a beast. And then on the West, you got Golden State, 8-9, bro, 11 seed. You got the champions. They're playing right now against New Orleans. New Orleans, they're down 28 points.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Yeah, 28,
no
literally.
Curry, no Clay, no
Draymond. I understand that, but hey, they're losses. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like they all count the same. San Antonio came back to earth from early in season. LA Lakers 5-10. Utah's 12-6 in the first seed.
5-0 without LeBron, by the way.
They got to come up. So, are they? Wow. So Portland just lost Damian for a week or 2, so they'll drop down. So Sacramento 9-6. It's way too early. Give me 25 games and then you'll see who it is. Right now, the Heat are losing to the Timberwolves by 8 in the 3rd. Bulls are beating the Celtics right now by 16. So early in the year, we'll move on.
Boy got the hiccups.
Yeah, I've been drinking. Shout out to Dwight Howard. He come to the Nets if we need you. We need a rebounder for real. NFL, Eagles are shining everybody. That's bullshit. Right?
They lose their first game and they beef up that D line.
Yeah. They signed a couple D linemen. Who's that dude? Former Dolphin. Dominican Sue.
And they signed Linval Joseph.
They already got a stacked team. As far as wide receivers, they got 3 deep wide receivers. They got 2 or 3 deep running back. They got Goddard hurt a little bit.
Can you be mad at it, though?
No, I'm not mad at it. It's just like, why aren't my team signing anybody? Giants got injuries.
Do you really want it? Yeah, y'all do got a lot of injuries.
Right? A lot of injuries.
I don't know how I feel bringing in someone like Ndamukong Suh.
No, you're right. It's a franchise thing, and I think it depends on the personnel and the coaching. You don't just bring not everybody could bring somebody like that in.
And it makes sense, granted, after what the coach did after they came back from behind against the Colts. He was over here like standing on this bench and shit, going wild. Like, relax, bro. You're 9-1.
Yeah, that's how he is.
Yeah, 9-1. Like,
it is what it is.
It's not that serious.
The Giants got a lot of injuries. We just lost our rookie wide receiver, so that goes. So we lose our rookie wide receiver to ACL. We watched Sterling Shepard go down to ACL. It's
Dory Jackson's out 4 to 6
Dory
weeks.
Jackson, 4 to 6 weeks. We had
Yeah.
what's his name go out during the bye week with a wrist injury on defense. McKinney, our safety, our basically defensive MVP or second. A lot of injuries. Now it's making people think, do you sign OBJ? Do you give him more money off waivers than he deserves? Because if you're 7-3, you're going into Dallas, you're going into the hard part of your lineup. You can't just punt the season away. You can't be not 7-3 and be like, you know what, now we'll tank. No, you got to make the playoffs, and you got to make the playoffs and try to compete for a first round win. I'm not saying you're looking to go to the NFC conference or whatever it is, but you try when you make the playoffs. All you want is at least one win when you're in our position. You want to win, and then we could lose. That's fine. We count that as success. Going to the playoffs by itself is a success, but you also need to show the fans and the franchise like, hey, we could maybe win a playoff game. Who do you think signs OBJ?
I heard he was, last I heard, I spoke to him, we DM on Twitter and Instagram back and forth.
Sources, trust me.
Yeah. Trust me, bro. It was he's meeting with the Cowboys and the Giants after Thanksgiving weekend, so.
Mm-hmm. And then he tweeted out, them boys put in work, and he's talking about the Cowboys, allegedly. He didn't add anybody, but.
Yeah.
Cheers, my guy.
I mean, I don't know where. Cheers. I don't even know if he's like fully healthy still.
It was reported that he'll be ready by what, February?
He tore his ACL in the Super Bowl, which was
he might
February.
not be ready.
So that was 9 months ago, 9 months ago. I mean, AP
That's a
came
really
back
short time.
from ACE. Yeah,
Odell, he's a freak.
Coming back. Yeah, players be coming back like 9-10 months now from ACLs, but that's just coming back. Now you got to get into game shape. You got to learn the playbook. You got to get comfortable with whoever's going to be throwing you the ball. All that kind of shit.
I don't think he's ready either. I think he has a really good agent, and he's doing a really good job of promoting himself, where you get people asking early just to get the buzz going,
And plus, it's Odell. It's not like, Odell has a social media presence. He's got like a lot of followers and shit. And he just had some shit with Nike recently. He cut ties with Nike or something. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I know he posted something about Nike like going off on it. So
yeah, he did. Well, we'll see. So Giants have injuries. I think they should. The rumor has it we have like 3 or 4 guys out on MCL, ACL injuries from our turf. That's another debate in the NFL, whether they should start getting these stadiums getting rid of turf and do real grass, because a lot of these players are saying these turf fields have no give. It's cement, fake turf, and then to cut and to plant is harder in grass. Because think about it, when you grass, you slip. When you're on turf, your foot doesn't slip. It just stays there. So when you cut, like, I'm not a super athlete, but I can imagine if your foot doesn't move from a spot and then it turns, that's a problem. That's why grass has more forgiveness. You know what I mean? When you make these certain cuts or you do these certain things. What do you feel about it? What do you feel about like the whole NFL going no more turf? Everybody has to have grass.
I mean, I feel like it's not a bad idea. When I played football, very limited action in high school, we had a turf field, and it was a pretty good turf field. Like, they spent a lot of money on that stadium, but I feel like natural grass is always going to be better. And the Kelsey brothers talked about it on the podcast. Like, they mentioned MetLife. They said MetLife got like some of the worst like turf, like out there possible.
Because we were one of the first ones too, 10 years ago, to put in the turf. So it might not even be the best quality.
I just feel like at the end of the day, it's like you got to commit to it. Like, you don't have to take care of turf. You got to take care of grass. You got to water it. You got to make sure it's good and it's ready to go and shit. So it's probably cheaper too. to keep up with. Just turf. Make sure it's like
I think
got all the
the
rubber
fake
pellets and shit.
I think the fake
So-
turf was like a big cost up front, and then you don't have to pay anything long term, and then the field is cheaper. You just got to maintain it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, do you want to pay for something that costs $50 million up front, but you never have to maintain it, or do you want to pay something $25 million, but you have to maintain it? So I think that's the decision, and it's like these athletes are getting hurt. They're a part of your league, whether they're on your team or not. They're a part of your league. They make
I mean, shit.
the league
fucking
better.
The Cardinals, they're playing right now. They're not playing in their stadium, but
Do you know how they do it?
their shit comes out.
They're
Like,
grass.
Yeah, it comes. Oh, they have actual grass.
I'm pretty sure they come out and they
Yeah,
water it, they season it, and all that. Whatever they do, I'm not a
Season it.
fucking. I'm not a
Hey,
meteorologist.
your backyard does look nice though. The backyard does look nice, so you got
the
some
car-
knowledge.
The Escobar
Little
fucking
botanist
lawn be
over here.
looking good. You know what I mean? But I'm not a scientist, but you need sun and water. That's all you need.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel it's not going to happen. I don't think everyone's going to go universal. It's just too much money involved, probably.
Yeah, we'll
and-
see. I think if a bunch of things come out, already the athletes run the league. If you mention a bunch of things and you start talking about it, it'll start the conversation. So they at least started the conversation. We'll see. Thanksgiving Day games on November 24th. Giants Cowboys at 4:30. Before that, Bills Lions at 12:30.
12:30, yeah, early kickoff.
That's funny. The Bills played in Detroit because of 6 feet of snow in Buffalo. Now they could. They probably went back home to Buffalo real quick. But it's funny how they're playing 2 games in Detroit in a row, and then Patriots Vikings. So big game for the Giants. Giants Cowboys 7-3. This is for second place in the division, but also for the Giants. So many injuries that they got to prove themselves. They got to step the fuck up. And then the Cowboys are coming into the game hot, blowing out the Vikings. Bills, Lions, I think Bills take that pretty easily. They played in the arena. They're kind of, they got the flow. They're kind of got the chip on their shoulder. And then Vikings, Patriots, who knows with that? Patriots coming in with a tough battle. That was an ugly game versus the Jets. But Vikings also have a chip, losing to the Cowboys, the
Getting whooped.
getting whooped. And
Getting
then
worked.
and then winning
At
and
their
then
crib.
winning. Yeah, at their crib. So interesting. We got 3 games. I'm excited to start drinking at 12 because I like to
don't-
drink
I don't
at
think
I like to
that,
drink at 12 exactly and then start my day.
I don't think that Bills Lions game is going to be as spread out in points as we think it is. I think
Okay.
the Lions have something to show.
All right, noted.
I take the points. I would take the points.
Whoever's listening or watching, make sure you jot that down. Real
And
quick,
the over. Definitely the over.
Yeah. No, I would say the over too. I would say the
I don't
over
even
too.
know what it is, but
Whatever it is. Let's see.
Lions put 31 up on y'all.
Yeah, but
Jamal.
they're hit or miss. Let's see if they have it posted. Over under 54.
Oh, that's
50
a lot of points.
54 divided by 2 is 20. Yeah, that is a lot of points. That means each
That's a
of
lot
them
of
score
points.
27. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. Yeah.
It might have to go under on that one. Real quick, soccer, Qatar World Cup. USA today versus Wales. USA jumped out to a 1-0 lead, which was big. Wales settled it up with Gareth Bale, penalty kick, 1-1. Overall, as USA, you take the 1-1 tie because you're you're quote unquote the third best team in that group. You will have loved to come away with a win. That would have been great. A couple things that stood out. Qatar. I want to get your opinion. Qatar, they're very the opposite of what we try to, they're very anti-gay. They're super religious. They have their own ways. They banned alcohol in the stadiums. No, they haven't allowed any of the gay rights.
Well,
they had
not
they had
even
the
like
one-
banned it. They switched it last minute, like a few days before.
You tell your opinion and I'll have mine. So you go ahead first.
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna have a World Cup, you gotta. It's just you gotta do it in a place that's not like super like conservative. Yeah, of course, it's always gonna be about bread. They fucking paid $220 billion to have it there when their GDP was 180 billion. So I don't know. It's a little schemes. FIFA hasn't always been the most.
They're all about them schemes, dog.
Yeah. So I mean, it all goes down to how everything was built and the foundation of everything. Like this shit was built on, you could say, slave labor, and now they're supposedly taking back the passports and visas and everyone from the people that helped build it, and they can't get out, and it's just a whole mess. And it's a World Cup, bro. Like I get you have your own beliefs, I get you have your own religion and everything, but it should be a celebration of the world. It's something that happens every 4 years, and whether I may be in tune or not in tune with some of the things that they believe in, I mean, you gotta let it happen, but also not let it happen because it's their country, it's their religion, it's their how they do things. So you gotta respect that as well. I don't know how you make a World Cup there with. I mean, it's just because Europe and South America are going to be always like the bigger teams and the bigger countries that do this kind of stuff, and they're always wilding out. And now you're somehow going to take away the crowd factor, and you can't call it home field advantage because it's somewhere else, but the fans travel and they make a big impact on that. So you're taking that away, and it's a little shitty.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you. Overall, when they found out 12 years ago Qatar was having the World Cup, you have to know, the FIFA Federation doesn't have the best track record of not being corrupt and having a lot of money, change hands and all that, which makes sense. Let's be honest, it happens, right? But also oil money has been big in the last 10 years as far as the Premier League, Qatar, Abu Dhabi with UFC, Abu Dhabi with Formula One. Me, Mo, TT, and Bree just watched Abu Dhabi end the season in F1 in Abu Dhabi, sorry. And it was a great race. Great race. It's a spectacle. They literally built everything. And that's, dude, you have to understand, there's amusement parks. There's hotels. There's a bay where you could park your yacht. It's extravagant. It's $1 billion operation. Same thing for this. 12 years ago, not one of these stadiums were built. Not one of these stadiums that they're playing in. I don't know how many they're playing in. I would assume 2 or 3. Not one of them were built 12 years ago. They built them for this reason. So you know where you're getting into. You're getting into having Qatar having a World Cup because of money. And that's the only reason. Qatar also is trying to make money, but also they're trying to build not to be the worst people in the world or the worst nation. They're trying to build a reputation towards the Western world of, hey, we're not that bad. And I get that. But also they're not also on the Western ways. So I sent you a tweet right before this episode, and I'll read it. There was a couple people, because I wrote down here that FIFA was banning the One Love captain armbands. Captains in soccer, if you don't know, wear an armband, and it's a rainbow. It's about gay marriage, gay rights, whatever. And obviously, you go in Qatar, that's not a thing. Like, we talk about this with Brittany Griner. You can't go into a country knowing the rules, the laws, how they operate, their religion, and do whatever you want. There will be consequences, whether you like it or not. Brittany Griner is seeing that, and now people that have a rainbow shirt or pro-gay something, you know what you're walking into. Don't say, hey, I wasn't allowed in the stadium because of that. We all know. We know you know what you're doing. You're a smart individual. Where did I send that to? Did I send that to?
I mean, are they? If they're doing that and they know something's gonna like, they're just trying to cause a spectacle. They're trying to just bring more attention to themselves. I think you sent it through a text message.
I got
It
you.
just
So I'm
shows
not
up
gonna.
as tweet Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the names because I don't like to give clout to people that I know what they're doing. So somebody said just now, security guard refuses to let me into the stadium for USA Wales. Quote unquote, you have to change your shirt. It's not allowed. And the shirt, I'll show it without showing the person. Not because I'm not trying to whatever, but the shirt's a gay flag with a soccer thing on it. And then I don't know who it is, but somebody with a brazy name, and I can't read their things without translating, I'll be honest. As a Qatari, retweet, quote tweet, they're verified, by the way, so they got to be something, a prince, politician, whatever
Or
they are.
unless they just bought the check mark now.
Allegedly. As a Qatari, I'm proud of what happened. I don't know when will the Westerners realize that their values aren't universal. There are our cultures, other cultures with different values that should be equally respected. Let's not forget the West is not the spokesperson for humanity. And, obviously, overall, I get why that person, the retweeter of that in Qatar, is wrong and all that. But I also understand them where there's other worlds, there's other countries, there are other feelings, there are other opinions. You got to, if you're somebody that tries to be a secular, me and you are secular in the legit meaning where we're open-minded to it. We try to understand each of it, but then we make our own decisions. You can't expect to go from America to Qatar and be like, I'm going to rock this and I'm going to get in. Like, nah, you knew that going into it. And I wanted to bring it up on this podcast because it's the only time we're not going to talk about it the whole World Cup that lasts a month. But I want to at least talk about it in the beginning because there's controversy with it. And America, you're not the only one that thinks they're righteous or in other religious beliefs. We're
it's crazy
a secular country.
Because I was watching the USA Wales game, and they put the camera towards the crowd, and there was a dude that was turned around, and he had like a jersey, and the numbers were rainbow, and I was like, oh, I wonder how he got through. Like he must have had something over it or whatnot to get through, because I mean they don't take that shit lightly there. Like
they don't.
It's
you're risking your life, dog.
Yeah, and like honestly, if you're out there trying to like drink and trying to do shit, like, hey, you're dumb. Like
know the rules, dog.
You're being very dumb because you're risking your freedom and your life so you can get lit at a game, and it's not gonna go well for you. I mean, like
you don't gotta agree with it.
Griner.
You don't gotta agree with it. We're asking. I told Bree earlier when we were watching the game, I try to educate her on not only the game of soccer, but the global game of it and what goes into it. You can't go into Qatar as an American or a Western and think, I'm going to do something that's going to change their thinking. Do you understand, bro? These people were almost the original people of the earth.
Yeah, they're so like,
bruh, they are the original people that in the Bible, in the whatever, like thousands of years, you think you're gonna wear a t-shirt and make an impact? You're not. I'm sorry. I wish you could. I want you to. Exactly. I want you to, but you're not gonna make an impact walking into a stadium with a rainbow shirt and think you're gonna change anybody's thinking in that country. Sorry.
So
I could talk about this for a while, but wrap it up. So, you got the last comment.
If it was the Women's World Cup, do you think the USA participates in it if it was in Qatar?
Are the women playing in? Oh no, they do it the same year?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I gotta look into that because that's a different ball game. That might be that mimight be wild if they do.
No,
Look that up
it's
real
next
quick.
year. It's next year.
Okay,
It's in
not
Australia
in
and
Qatar.
New Zealand.
Okay, they I guarantee you they won't put the women's in Qatar. They won't. They won't because
mean,
it's not worth it. First of all,
I think
no offense.
if they
No,
did,
hold on.
I don't think the U.S. team would participate in it.
But also for it, I'm not trying to sound misogynistic and belittling or anything, but I'm being very black and white. They're not going to make as much money as the men, so they wouldn't have them there.
No, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I'm just being
Even
real.
though
Like
the U.S. women's team is better than the U.S. men's team.
But if you're Qatar or a Middle Eastern country, I don't even try to host the women's World Cup because I go, the top women's country is the opposite of us. Why would I? Why would I invite? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What else we got? Let's move on. Thank you for covering that topic. That was a great topic for 50. Awesome. Quick. Aaron Judge wins MVP as he should.
As he should.
50 votes. 50 votes. He got 48 of it. Let's re-sign Aaron Judge, please. New York Yankees.
So were the other two people that voted against him, were they like Angels beats writers?
They were Ohtani, which I'll be honest, I thought it would have been like 30, 35 votes Aaron Judge, 15, 20 Ohtani. So the fact that it was 48 too, it's a big fucking deal. For me, at least. I thought Aaron Judge should be the MVP, but I didn't think he was going to be 98% of it, 96%. Elon Twitter shut down. That's not going to happen. Motherfuckers think he bought Twitter for $40 billion just to be like, oh, I'm going to fire a bunch of people. Like, you're stupid. You're dumb. You're a lame. You're a very low thinking individual that he bought something for billions. He's going to fire a bunch of people and be like, you know what? I'm self-destructing. We're shutting this down. You're a fucking
get it over with.
Yeah. No, he bought it. He's doing the right thing. This is a guy that's proven multiple times over that he's able to run $1 million and $1 billion company. You guys are dumb. So stop. Twitter. Trump is back on Twitter. He did a poll. Do you want Trump back on Twitter? Yes or no? Very simple. 52 to 48 was yes.
It was close. Trump said he's not going to get back on it. He said he's going to stick to his social media thing, his truth social or whatever.
But he's smart. But he's smart. Let him, like, if I'm him, right? And I'm not saying he should do this, but if I'm him and I just got reevaluated, first of all, months and weeks are going to go by that are going to be buzzing for Trump to come back, right? And what do I do right before I start running my campaign? Boom, back on.
Yeah,
I'm back on fire. So, like, he knows what he's doing. Why get back on 2022? I'm running in 2024. Wait till the summer of 2023. You get back on with a year left in your campaign and blows it all up. I already know what he's doing. Let's see. Before we do shout outs, I'll save that for next week. We have one thing. Casey Anthony documentary comes out. Do you know about the Casey Anthony? Do you know all about it?
I'm locked. Yeah, no, I know bits and pieces of it because when it was going down, when the trial and everything was going down, I was actually working at a law firm.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I was a paper bitch, and they had it on all the TVs
in Boca.
In Boca, and they would let us chill in the conference room or whatnot and kind of watch it, like take our time and go through with it and stuff like that. So I'll watch the doc for sure, because it was a Florida thing and it was close to home in some kind of way. So kind of want to see what she has to say because she hasn't spoken out about it.
No.
Yeah, and she'd be chilling in downtown West Palm sometimes. So I'm about to pull up. Be like, what's up,
chill.
shorty?
I'll save that for our personal time. But what she did was wrong, and that's not accepted. So prison. Anyway, me and my dad watched that trial in the summer. I remember whatever summer it was going down, whether it was like, I don't even know. I was like 16, so that had to be like 2005, 6, 7, whatever it was. We were watching it every single day in the summer. I'd wake up at like 8, 9 o'clock in the summer. My dad was watching it. We'd watch it in the morning. and I'd come back. I'd go out, play basketball, come back. So I paid attention to that trial when it was happening live, and then we watched a documentary about it. But I'm going to watch her side of it. Pretty wild, We're all fascinated by murderers. It's funny because all these people talking about how they're righteous and they don't support X, Y, and Z. So how does 10 million people on Netflix or Peacock watch a documentary about a murderer? What do you think? That's all one side versus the other? Like, y'all are secret. You're hiding who you really are. So I'm glad we're able to admit who we are. Because like a lot of people be like, oh, I don't participate in that. Meanwhile, like, you're watching murder documentaries just like I am.
People are like, oh, I'm gonna put something to help me fall asleep. Put on a murder doc.
Yeah, let me watch Casey and Anthony.
All
right, bet. Casey Anthony. I'm watching you. Anyway. Hey. I don't support her, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm not at least I'm not a hypocrite. I'm on this podcast talking to maybe 10 people, maybe 2 people, maybe 50 people. I'm gonna watch a Casey and Anthony. I want to hear what she got to say. But is that wrong?
Mm-mm.
Nope, it's not wrong because I need to be entertained. Let's do shout-outs. Shout-outs.
You want to do shout-outs or you want to debut our new segment first?
Take it away, brother.
Because we always talk about how we want people to either get on or, talk their own shit or just feel part of the pod. And that's what we want too. So we were kind of going back and forth how we wanted to do it. And I got the idea from other, podcasts and things I've been watching on my free time. And we opened it up to just having y'all come in and ask questions. And these questions can be anywhere from sports questions to personal questions to stuff that you dealt with in your personal life, relationships. You need advice on anything, whatever the case may be. It's not limited to sports. Like we actually, me, myself, I rather you ask other kind of things, not sports wise, like anything going on in your life so we can have substance, not that we don't have substance, but it adds an extra element to the pod and where we can keep growing as, with content wise and everything like that. So we're calling it Lab Talk because I don't know why it took us.
Look at me. Lab Talk.
I see you. I don't know why we didn't even think of this in the first place. Like we had to ask around.
Laptop.
We had to ask. At least I asked around trying to see what would fit best and roll off the tongue best and whatnot. And we say laptop to each other when we're at your crib.
We do. When we're in the lab, the actual lab.
Yeah.
And we have good conversations. Laptop.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we didn't come out with it. We didn't think of it. And shout out Orlando, my dog, for the lab talk, and that's what we're gonna roll off.
We thought about it, and he stamped it. He put that final. Like, why didn't we think of that? Oh fuck!
Exactly.
Shout out laptop.
We got a few questions. I'm gonna read
just to start us off. Yeah, just to start us off. Get the beak wet, as we say.
We kind of already. Most of the stuff was with the World Cup. We kind of already.
And we will work on maybe next time when we have more posting it up. Maybe we do a feature where we show the email
we share the screen. Yeah,
we'll do that.
Someone wants to know why do we have to work during the World Cup? Well, because we're the USA. We don't care about soccer. We run off of money, capitalism. We're not going to shut down our economy for a whole month to watch soccer. I'm sorry. Let's see.
I didn't see some of these questions that we got rolling in. By the way, we got a lot more than I thought.
Yeah,
some of them hit the. Yeah, that's crazy. Go ahead.
How will tonight's episode impact LeBron's legacy? I'm not really sure. It's episode 50. He might play 50 years in the league just to keep playing with his kids. All I know is the Lakers are 5-0 without him right now, and Russ is balling, and so is AD.
By the way, are we doing full government? Are we doing who's saying these?
I mean, we can if no one said keep it anonymous.
We could go, work your way backwards. We're working out the kinks. Work your way backwards. Go to the first one. state a name, maybe the subject.
Yeah,
maybe
first
what
one
they
was
say.
from the one and only Gabby Cruz. Thoughts
Gabby
on
Cruz,
Qatar
shout out.
controversy. Yeah, shout out. England win. England versus USA coming soon, and then why do we
Ooh,
have to
that's
work
gonna be
during the
fire.
World Cup?
USA,
especially-
England's gonna be fire.
Especially, her husband is English. Hey, one of our guests, the
Holla.
illustrious Charlie Dennis.
You know what makes me mad? Every time I see that boy floating in that donut with his abs looking glistening and all that. I hate that photo. And then she shows it off all the time. I'm like,
As
make
she
me
should.
feel insecure. As she should, of
What?
course. I'm not saying she
Yeah.
shouldn't, but
She's
it
a
makes me feel
good-looking dude.
insecure. It makes me feel insecure. I have a problem with it.
Well, you do something.
I do something about it. See? All right, we on the same page. I should do something about it. Bet. Second one.
The one I just asked about, LeBron's legacy. My boy Christian. He's one of the few people that be reposting our pod. So shout out him.
Shout
Much
out.
appreciated.
Oh, he's got the full. I like his whole government in
yeah.
where he works. I'm not
Yeah.
going to shout it out, but
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So be like Chris. Share the pod. Be like Chris.
Who will tonight's episode impact? Hey, we already talked about LeBron. We give him his flowers, but stop being a clown. Stop being a cornball. That's all we ask. Just be yourself. He hasn't been himself since he was 16, so it makes sense. So, Christian,
Right? He's been
I'm
on
a
the
fan of
spotlight.
LeBron on the court, off the court. He's somebody that I said before I wouldn't want to hang out with. Anyway, next one.
My boy Sebastian wants to know, what do y'all think about the World Cup being hosted in Qatar and the fact that it was a bot World Cup? Does it make you root more or less for the World Cup? Kind of already went over that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch. I'm going to tune in. This is like the only time I ever really watched soccer. So I'm going to watch. Root more or less, I don't really think it's going to make a difference. I don't like the fact that it was a bot World Cup. I think it should be a raffle. It shouldn't be, who donates more money or who gives more money or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not with that.
But you're also foolish to think that that's how it's not. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is. Of course. It's about who could put up money, because FIFA is a company, it's a corporation, it's an entity, and the commissioner or whoever it is needs to bring more money to it every single year, every 4 years. So just like UFC in Abu Dhabi, just like F1 in Abu Dhabi, they got to make money. But who doesn't like soccer being on tomorrow, Tuesday, while you're listening to this? Probably already happened. 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m.
Yeah,
Let's fucking, for the next month, we're going to have games in the morning when you wake up. That's pretty fire. So, hey, we can't control where it is at. All we could do is spread love. Spread love like people say in Brooklyn, spread love, it's a Brooklyn way. Spread love, it's the ETL way.
It's a Qatar way.
Just made that up. Freestyle. Don't do that. All right, next question. Go ahead.
Charlie Dennis wants to know who's winning the World Cup. It's still too early to tell.
Not England.
Oh,
that's all right.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right.
Nah,
hey,
I'll fuck with Charlie. But
I'm gonna
not
go
England.
with I'm gonna go with Argentina just because I really want to see Messi. Fucking win one, bro. Like, you sound like you don't like that take. It's okay.
No, I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind. I'm trying to look for myself, so I wouldn't mind it.
A lot of people want to see like Argentina and Portugal. I don't know if it can happen, but that'd be dope. Messi, Ronaldo going at it for the cup, fucking prestigious ass shit. So
I'm freestyling right now, just looking at the teams.
There's a lot of good teams.
I already have my pick. I'm just making sure I go through everybody. I'm going Brazil.
Brazil, yeah, that's
I think
favorite,
Brazil.
I think.
I have a couple guys on Real Madrid.
They play tomorrow too.
Yeah, I have a couple guys on Real Madrid, Brazil. I know Brazil's team pretty well, or formerly Casemiro, now with Manchester United. Brazil's a solid team, very solid team. I'm looking at Germany. I'm looking at Spain. I'm looking at the powerhouses, and they're a little older, but you never know the mix of older quality players and younger. So Who do you got? You go Argentina. I'll go Brazil. I know
Argentina, yeah.
Charlie's going England.
Yep.
But USA, motherfucker.
Not happening.
America. Nah, not happening. I know.
Not
I just want to
happening.
rock this at least once because this is all I got.
There's one that I'll have you take. It's from Chris as well. This one's from my boy Paji. He goes, yesterday's game from Jalen Hurts, game-winning drive. Did it solidify himself as a franchise quarterback? Eagles have the Saints first-round pick, which could be in the top 5. Would you consider taking Bryce Young if Philly doesn't win a playoff game? No, I wouldn't consider drafting a quarterback that early, just because I would go off and say that Jalen Hurts was already your franchise quarterback before that. I mean, game-winning drive, he put the team on his back. He did what he had to do. It's the Colts. They're not a bad team, but they're not a good team. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. Matt Ryan's washed. He's at the end of his career. I think you guys definitely win a playoff game. I think the Eagles win a playoff game because more likely than not, they're probably going to have that first week bye. No, you don't take a quarterback when you have Jalen Hurts playing. It's his first year with AJ Brown. They're just getting on a roll. There's no point. Look at what happened with Green Bay. You had Aaron Rodgers. You draft Jordan Love. Now you don't have any receivers. They drafted a receiver finally with Watson, but they don't have that many playmakers around him, and you're kind of seeing the frustration build up. So, no, there's no need to do that when you already have someone that knows the playbook, that's familiar with the offense, that has a relationship with all those players. You don't want to do that. No. So
yeah, the way I look at the Eagles, obviously, if I'm putting my bias as a Giants fan away, and I'm just looking at the team, they're 9-1, 4-1 at home, 5-0 away, 2-1 in the division, 5-1 in the conference. They're dominating. Their plus minus in the conference is number 2 to Dallas, plus 80. Dallas is plus 84. They just got better on defense. They added some veterans. They're a top 5 defense. Yeah, top 5 defense. They got Jalen Hurts. He's a franchise quarterback. He doesn't have to do anything more. Eagles are currently the favorite to win the NFC. And them, the Chiefs, not many up there that are dominating the league right now. So the Eagles are in good hands. And I hate to say it because, God, I fucking hate the Eagles. But as long as the Cowboys don't win, as long as the Giants take care of business on Thursday and we win, the Eagles are legit. Next.
Yeah. Next was the one that you sent me that I'm not really sure too much, but you said you would handle it. You actually replied back to it. It was, have we seen the worst of the obvious rigatory from World Cup refs yet?
Yeah, so today showed me a lot where, teams are trying to be its first game in the World Cup. They try to be a little bit more aggressive, try to be, set the tone, see what the refs are going to respond to. And today gave me an example. Today was the first full match I watched. Yesterday was Qatar and Ecuador. This morning was Iran and England. Right? Yeah. So this is the first game I fully watched, and they handed out like 5, 6, 7 yellow cards.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude. In the first half, there was 4. And that's,
I missed that first game.
Yeah,
I watched the USA and Wales game.
Well, what I'm saying is, in the first half of the USA game, there was 4 yellow cards. So yeah, they're calling it aggressive. They're not letting these teams be too much. Some of them were bullshit. Some of them were not. There should have been more yellow cards called, and there weren't. I was watching the USA game pretty intently. I don't like to say that refs are involved in any type of way because that takes away from the game. You know what I mean? We joke about it in group chats. We talk about it like, oh, the refs are blowing this game on purpose. The moment I start thinking about that, then I'm taking away from the game itself. So I'm trying to think that every ref is pure, whether it sounds bullshit or not. I'm trying to watch every single game as if the ref's not trying to be biased, or because then once you get into that for it, you're in a whole different game. You're not even watching sports anymore. You're watching a movie. You're watching a documentary. So I'm trying to watch every single game as pure as it can be.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not too in tune with soccer. I don't really know too much about it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the biggest soccer person ever. I'll just have to wait and see more of the games to really have a diagnosis of
Mm.
that.
Oh, the
Next
last one.
question, yeah, from one of my favorite people
Yes.
that I've met through you, and probably the my favorite person that I've met through you, besides
I
me,
know.
of course, and
Oh,
your
of
and your
course. Duh.
family.
Of
My
course.
guy Maurice Mo
Mo
Bitches
tights.
Mo Tights. He wants to know. He was just going through his collection of old jerseys, and he wanted us to rank our favorite retro jerseys, more specifically soccer, but I guess any sport would do. And he also wanted us to talk about porn, which we might get into, but we might need a specialist to hop on and educate us. So,
We might have to save that segment.
Yeah, next time, Mo, if you want to talk about porn, hop on and we can talk about some porn.
Old
I personally
jerseys.
don't.
Go ahead.
I personally don't watch porn anymore. I got that out of my life.
Oh, you're
So,
better than us?
No, definitely not. It's just trying to. I think it's a drug, and I think
It is a drug.
I'm trying to limit my drug usage. I was
Good point.
I thought about this pretty intently, and I mean, I was trying to not be as biased as possible, and most of them were basketball jerseys, man, like
Mm-hmm.
just the old school basketball jerseys. And for some reason, I kept thinking of like Jason Williams, like that old
Memphis
school,
Grizz,
yeah, exactly, old
Sacramento
school
Kings.
Grizzlies, yes, exactly. Big fan of those jerseys. Big fan of the old school Utah jerseys, Utah Jazz jerseys with Stockton
All those
and
90s
Malone.
jerseys were like they were hitting,
Yeah,
dude.
man. Yeah,
Damn, those
those.
90s jerseys. Like you could put every jersey right now or uniform right now that from their 90s and all of them will hit. All of them will
Yeah,
sell.
absolutely. Oh, for sure. I mean, vintage stuff is in now. Like that's the hot thing. All the vintage stuff. Just also trying to just like keep it like diverse and whatnot. Big fan of the old school like Oilers jerseys, Houston Oilers jerseys,
Mm,
like Warren Moon,
nice.
Eddie George, that type of shit. Like I love like the light blue, the fucking Chargers jerseys back in the day
Yep.
with LT, Drew Brees, those powder blue jerseys, man. Something just always hits. And you're gonna love this UNC Michael Jordan days. That jersey, man, that light North Carolina blue. There's just something about it, man. And of course, I gotta do a little bit of bias. Old school Marlins jerseys, man. Nothing gets better than that pinstripe.
Yep.
With that old school Florida Marlins F the hat I was rocking. It's just it's just something about pinstripes too.
Yeah.
That's for me, man.
Yeah, I feel you. My thought right away goes to NBA, and as I look at it, like I'm opening the ESPN app just so I could get a kind of feel. Atlanta Hawks jersey in the 90s with a full hawk is pretty dope. The old school Washington Wizards but bullets, that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
dope. With you know what I mean? That's dope. The Raptors, Vince Carter. And the
Yeah,
Raptors early Vince Carter. So they had
T-Mac.
two. They had two with Vince Carter and T Mac where they had the actual Raptor on it, and then they changed to the dude. That was like revolutionary. They had what purple on the front or vice versa, black on the back. That was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this type of jersey? So the Raptors been killing it for a little bit.
It just sucks how bad the NBA jerseys are now compared to
Compared,
how they were.
the Nike's trying to bring it back. The Nets have had a great jersey scheme, updated now, but the 90s jerseys with the tie-dye, blue and white and red were pretty dope. Obviously the black and red pinstripe of the Bulls, fire. The old
Mhm.
school 90s Heat, Orlando pinstripe. Come
Oh
on.
yeah, the Orlando Magic old jersey.
Charlotte
Absolutely.
Hornets in the 90s. I actually like the Detroit Pistons in the
Yes,
90s with Grant Hill
with the horse. Yeah.
with the horse.
Yep.
Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley. I like the Denver Nuggets with Mutombo with the kind of rainbow look. Sacramento Kings in the early
Even the
2000s,
Supersonics
Mike Bibby.
jerseys back in the day were nice
Supersonics
too.
jerseys. Yeah, man. Obviously, LA Lakers with the classic jerseys. I'm only going through, real quick with basketball, but like football, football's classic. You just keep it classic. Right now, I've always loved the Baltimore Ravens jersey, Tennessee Titans, the color hue of them, the blues. The Giants, I always try to say they should improve they should do a modern mix, but like typical Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, like that they've been around for 100 years. LA Rams, I like their update. Atlanta Hawks with the throwback Falcon. I said Atlanta Hawks. I meant Atlanta Falcons. Soccer. I'm a Real Madrid fan. I love the classic whites. I love, I love that soccer jerseys do new jerseys every single year. It does get out of hand with that, though, because they be doing some crazy looking schemes and color hues. But if I'm being honest, I love the Real Madrid classic whites, all whites with a little bit of blue, a little bit of gold. I think they should make that a staple. I don't think you should change that every single year. I think for me, Real Madrid is such a classical team and has a DNA of winning where it should be an all-white jersey, some form of blue, some form of gold, and that's what you should keep every single year. To shout out Mo for the question, and we appreciate it. We'll talk about porn maybe another time. His team is Roma. And he's got the wolf, and that wolf is fire, and I love that wolf. I love the old school wolf look. If you don't know that, do you know that old school wolf look?
No, I don't think so. Also, Brandon Ayuk scored another touchdown.
Yeah, I seen that. Holla. Yeah, that's all I got to say on jerseys. I could go on and on because I'm a super jersey freak. That I'm always looking at uniforms and stuff like that. This is the old school Roma wolf. It's simple.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Pretty fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's nice.
they're big. They're big wolf, and I'll let you Mo tell you when we link up next time. They have like an old school. What is it called when I'm blanking on not a philosophy, but when they have something like a thing that's from the past. Basically, this is their badge, and that crazy kids drank from the wolf and created their civilization. It's pretty crazy. I mean, these Italians are crazy, but that's what their sage is. That's what their logo is. That little kids drank from a wolf, and that created their Rome and all that. Shout out, Mo. Thank you for the question. That's a great question. I could talk about that for hours.
Yeah, that was a pretty good question. So, hey,
With the
if y'all got questions,
hit them up.
I mean, just email us, ENTERTHELABPODCAST@gmail.com. We prefer email. That way, we can have it separate from the DMs. But if you don't know how to use email, I guess we'll fuck around and just say, cool, just DM it to us.
Yeah.
But just email it. It's not hard.
We got a
Follow
good amount of
directions.
emails. I'm actually proud, and I appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
for real. A lot more than I thought. We got 8 to 10, which I love, and I appreciate. Please keep sending us more. We want topics to engage with you guys. Shout outs?
Shout outs.
Huh? You do yours.
Shout out. I got one that, just came to my head like when we were doing this, and I'm just going to keep it simple and just one shout out because it's special. My cousin, Alexis, got engaged. Brandon, let's go.
Love is love.
Love is love, baby, so she goes today. I said yes to my best friend.
Of course,
So
they all
cute.
say that, but it's
So
not all
cute, you know.
true.
So
I mean,
I'm very
just
happy
kidding.
for
I'm
them.
just kidding.
I wish them nothing but love and prosperity and all positive vibes.
ETL, we love.
So
Damn.
that's what I got.
All right,
Shout
bet.
out you, dog.
Shout out you, brother. Shout out Kick Ass Podcast. I did a full AEW full gear review on Saturday night. AEW pay-per-view ended at 12:30. We probably started at 1. We didn't end that podcast till 3:30.
My boy
When I was-
grinding.
My boy grinding, right? I was recording that podcast like this. Faded. Because I started drinking at 6. I'm like, all right, we're probably not gonna record too late. Next thing you know, I'm like, but looking back at it, I was spitting some shit.
My boy was leaning.
Yeah, I was leaning heavy. So I was spitting some good facts about wrestling and AEW. So Kick Ass Podcast, shout out Ashley, man. Go check that podcast out. YouTube, Apple Music, all that. Shout out, well, not shout out, RIP Tommy, the Green and White Ranger.
The Green Ranger, yep. My boy was putting in that work.
Yeah, man. He was the Michael Jordan of my 8-year-old childhood. He was the GOAT. My man came through with a flute and said,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, chaos ensued in the city.
Right.
Shout out him.
It was sad to hear. I didn't know how he had died until Mike told me that it was by suicide, and that's a sad way to go out, bro. Like, check on your friends, check on your loved ones, bro. Like,
yeah,
just simple. Hey, how are you doing? Text.
Hey, what's up, man?
That's it.
Love is love.
How you been?
Have you heard of the Power Ranger curse? By the way, that's a real thing.
No, I have not.
Yeah, look it up. So if you're listening to this, watching it, look up the Power Ranger curse, because the Power Ranger curse, a lot of these motherfuckers died from like suicide or crazy deaths. So look it up. I don't have all the facts right now, but I know at least 5 of these 6 people, actors that were in the original Power Rangers, have died from not okay situations. It's kind of weird. Moving on. Shout out Drew and Vito. I met up with them earlier for a shot randomly. Won't get into details, but they you didn't know about this, but these motherfuckers bought not a patent, the rights, the copyrights to the phrase Jeff Sunday. Jeff Saturday, that new head coach to the Colts. They bought Jeff Sunday. Drew was a little bit drunk and tipsy and didn't realize that he only bought the rights to anything that was on like a bulletproof vest, ballistics, basically. So when you go on copyright and it goes copywritten shit and it goes goods and then there's a subcategory, by accident he hit ballistics, and they only bought the ballistics version. He should have bought the whole goods. So he bought Jeff Sunday. Drew and Vito are 50-50 partners in Jeff Sunday. So hey, they better scoop up that retail, because if like Barstool and all that put that out, they could make some money.
Jeff Sunday.
Jeff Sunday.
Yo, that is a Vito and Drew thing to do.
Very, when they're drunk and having fun at a bar. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, very Drew and Vito thing to do. But shout out them. I'm
going to see Black Panther tomorrow morning, Tuesday afternoon matinee, $5 a ticket. Holla at your boy. I'll have a review on Black Panther. Bro. Yeah, I'm back. Now, it was a little crazy because of the wedding situation, but I'm back. I'll review Black Panther next Monday night, next Tuesday, and All Quiet on the Western Front. I'll do it, that movie, because I watched that on Netflix. Go watch it if you're into war movies, 1917, Nazis, and all that shit. Crazy. But that's all I got for episode 50, Papa.
Is this our longest episode?
One of it, yeah.
Might be.
We saved it. Good, because we're putting it out on a Monday. We're putting it out on a Tuesday. They have all week to listen to it.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people involved in it, too, so they should.
We did our thing.
I like this one.
Did our fucking thing.
I like this one. We're showing our reach. We're
50.
50.
LAPD, NYPD.
Yeah.
I'm a window shopper.
Yeah, I wish we could put the music on this. But
PIMP.
We can. All right, let's wrap it up.
Love is love.
Thank you for everybody that
Qatar.
emailed us for LABTALK hashtag. Let's start a hashtag for LABTALK. We've been doing it for months now. LABTALK merchandise. Shout out Berto again for winning that giveaway. We're gonna do another giveaway for a jersey. We're gonna post some merchandise and gear for Enter the Lab, and maybe we'll have more giveaways and more things like that because we know people love free shit. Ain't that right?
Right. Just follow directions next time.
Follow directions. Episode 50. 50 episodes under a year. For the next year plus, we'll try to give you another 50 of great quality content. Hopefully you guys can help us out in contributing to that content. We're excited.
Go for it.
We're excited for episode 100. That'll be a movie. That might be a 2-hour. We're going to put it out. That's going to be a 2-hour episode. Zuvi.
Django.
Episode 50. 50 Cent. Elvis Escobar. Fort Sama. Enter the Lab. Exit the Lab. Peace.
One.